Since the very beginning days of City Skylines 2, I have yearned for the ability to detail nature, and with the most recent update, I will yearn no longer. With a brand new set of improved world textures and the ability to paint and blend surfaces to my whim, I will detail the nature. As I said the words, the task was as good as done. Fate had been sealed. The path had been set. All that was left to do was place one foot in front of the other. I started out, of course, with the lush texture underneath this forested area we have in between the lake and the mountain. It looked good, but it was only an initial coat. After that, I experimented with using the dirt texture nearby the roads, giving a more worn look from the constant human disturbance. The dry texture was for the higher altitudes. It would make sense for things to become more sparse on the cold, windy tops of the mountains. I took this as a good excuse to remove all of the trees and start over with some more intentional placements, making sure to draw and outline all of the natural features of the mountain, placing trees where there would be water drainage or flatter, more suitable land. I didn't want to change the mountain, just bring out its natural beauty by accentuating its existing shapes. After that, it required bushes to blend between the forest and the clearings, providing a smoother gradient between the two. Okay, just a few more trees like right around here just to connect it up. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's looking a whole lot better. Very nice. Let's get all of these trees removed from this area. I kind of want to just do this from scratch. It was much the same as I did with the mountain, starting out in the cracks and crevices, then moving on to the larger, flatter areas afterwards. This is definitely something that I could do all day if I let myself spend the time on it. It's so easy and relaxing, you just turn your brain off, place the trees. If it doesn't look good, delete them and try again. And if it does look good, then, well, move on. So now with this smaller brush strength, I should be able to just blend this on the edges, although I might need to go in with another one that's even softer. After we finished the hills, it was time to start on some of the surrounding flatter areas. I added the oak tree to my brush for this to differentiate the two areas. I'm still moving in with a smaller brush size, but this time just making messy, uneven blotches around the landscape. I wanted a mixture of forests and clearings to provide an interesting and varied environment. I then began to paint the lush surface underneath all of our wooded areas. I wanted to provide a separation between the woods and the clearings. Okay, so we had a lot of really hard lines there that we were drawing, so I'm going in with a smaller brush strength now, just to see if it'll blend, and yeah, it is blending pretty nicely, honestly. I think 40% is pretty good for that lush surface, and it's all just kind of looking really natural. I mean, it's surprisingly easy. Let's get in some dry grass as well, right in some of these clearings, just to give it even more contrast and make it look even more different than the wooded areas. Yeah, let's go right in here too. I'm at 55%, so I'm not like drawing super hard lines, but I am just liking how it slightly makes the grass a little bit lighter. And I think that's one of the best things about this surface painter is how much granularity you can get out of the brush strength. It's going to be really, really cool seeing what other people do with it over time. Let's just get all the way through here. And we're getting close to the edge of the map there, but we should be able to just paint right over the edge. Yeah, I also really enjoy that. That definitely helps. Okay, let's add some bushes just to finish it off all along the edges of the trees. And, we can go into some of the clearings as well too with some bushes, but mainly under the trees and on the edges of the trees, I think would be the best placement for them. And, this is something that I do all the time, even before the update. But now that we've got the surfaces to accentuate the bushes and the trees and stuff like that, it just makes it that much better. All right, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really enjoy this update. I mean, just everything that Iceflake has been doing since they took over the game, the direction they've been taking the game in, it's just been really cool to see. And I think this is proof of that. And these surfaces are pretty powerful whenever you get into blending them. Just having the 4, honestly, is good for me for now. I'm sure maybe I'll run into some limitations later. The amount of stuff that you're able to do with this is just really nice. I mean, you can just see all the different highlights and shadows and stuff like that that I was able to achieve doing these textures, underneath the trees and in the clearings. And besides that, just the new textures in general just look great. I mean, the cliffs, they look really nice. In general, you're able to see the differences in the terrain much easier. So I'm just really enjoying that. I mean, like, you can kind of see here, like, oh, there's the little tiny little pieces of hill kind of in those trees right over there. And there's little elevation differences that you can see. Otherwise, I did, this side of the mountain here, and I think this is looking pretty nice as well. You saw it in the video. I just removed the trees. I did some surfaces and stuff like that. Put some bushes in, things, and it all just turned out pretty good. It's pretty on par now with this side of the mountain that we did quite a while ago. At this point, it was like a couple months ago at least that we did this side of the mountain. But yeah, I did, some stuff over here as well. I wanted this to be like a foresty area, so I did, the dark, lush texture pretty much everywhere over here. And I think that does kind of do a good job of separating it from the rest of the map. So this definitely has like its own unique look from the rest of the map now. And maybe I could expand some of these lush areas over here and stuff like that if I spent more time on it. But for right now, I don't want to go too crazy because I want to get this video out today on patch day. We've still got a lot of work to do on the next main episode of Colorado, but the actual city is looking pretty nice. And I did like a little bit of a dry surface right here. So I think I did like 40% dry. I don't think they changed anything with the lighting in the update, but the lighting just, it looks better for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's just because of the grass textures and how that kind of changes the way the whole game looks. But I mean, this just is looking really nice to me, like even in the cities. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a really quick episode showing off the surfaces and doing some nature detailing and stuff, just so I can showcase that now that the update is out and just show my appreciation for it, really. But anyways, that's all I really have to talk about. That's all I really have to present. I'm kind of just repeating myself at this point. But if you like the video, I would appreciate a like. If you want to see more, consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.